Alright, what's up everybody? How y'all doing tonight? Back again? Back on the grind. Not for 5-star Odin, that is, but I could use some milestones. Actually, I really want to get the 4-star version of Odin, so that's probably what I'm going to be grinding for tonight. We'll get that grind started and... Oh, you know what I want? Oh man, I didn't change the cutoffs. Alright, hold on. My bad, guys. I gotta actually change the cutoffs. Let me see if I could find exactly what this guy went for. Let's see. Odin. What did you go for, Odin? Hang on a sec here, guys. Must update scores. Basically on Reddit. Okay. Looks like Odin went for about 66.5. Okay. So I'll set this to 66. You know, I don't know what to expect for his score changing or staying the same or what. I don't know what's gonna happen with this guy. But you're about to hear a Windows ding real quick. Actually, I changed my sound settings so that hopefully you guys don't hear the Windows ding anymore. But you guys might still. Let's see. There we go. Okay. There we go. Cutoffs. Done. Alright. What's up, everybody? You had someone in your lines pull him for 65 at number 250, remember? Still heard it? Okay. No, they got 69 million for rank 250. That's what that was. But alright, AP Waves. Again? Let's go, man. Dude, AP Waves. That's 2 in a row, man. Slap! Getting the repeat slap in here, man. Thank you, dude. Jared Vincent also sending over a buck. Whoops. Yeah, you're gonna hear that Windows ding too. Jared, no message. Sorry you missed out on the slap, man. Static also sending over, saying 65.1 was number 300. Oh, okay. Well, damn. All right, let me go change the cutoffs again. Dang it. It's important. Basically, here's what I was going by. Here, I'll put it on screen. So, it's going to be a little bit bright, but I was going by this. And they, you know, people submit the scores, and this person updates only based on what was submitted. So, the submitted score here was 66.5 mil, but the person who actually got rank 300 might not have submitted the score, you know. All right, let me try this one more time here. 65. I was thinking about just putting it to 65 anyway. Should have done that. And there. Now we should be good. Okay. All right. Whew. Are you gonna go all out in this too? No. Hell no, dude. I'm done. I got Odin. I'm gonna get the 4-star, but aside from that, no, I'm not going all out, man. All right, I finally formed my first tier 5 tech. Would you take Infinity Man to rank 3 to break the throne finally? Omar. I don't know, dude. Maybe. Maybe I would. Do you have any other... Are you going to be opening up another 6-star anytime soon or anything like that? Because I might do it. That's tough, man. Infinity Man, I don't think he's that bad of a champion. It's just he's also not that good of a champion. I think Omar, I can't remember if you play Alliance Wars or not, but I think like I would do it to put him on defense if no one else in my battle group had a rank 3. That said, Iron Man Infinity War, he's not that strong of a defender anymore ever since you know, especially since Magneto's rework. Magneto just kind of steamrolls him. That's a really tough call, man. I think I would try to hold out a little bit longer, but I don't know how much I could hold out. Because, I mean, every day that goes by, the dailies and all that, it's nice. It is nice having the Thronebreaker dailies. So, I don't know, man. Yeah, that's kind of a tough call. Okay, Edison Webb sent it over too as well, saying, just pulled me a 6-star Cosmic Ghost Rider. Oh, dang, dude. All right, man. Congratulations. Sick. Oh, I never got a tweet out today, did I, either? Okay. But that's awesome, man. Congratulations. All right, let me see. Dearest Rat Marvel Champions. Corvus steamrolls them too? Not on certain nodes. Certain nodes that you might find Infinity Man on, Corvus will not be any good there, like Buffet or something. You know? You like your glasses? Thank you. Rip! What up, Rip? Sending over 5, saying, got me a rank 3 Corvus. Hey, dude, speaking of Corvus, I still don't have a Science rank 3 yet, but I have at least one of the other classes. Nice, dude. That's awesome, man. That is very awesome. I only have, I don't have all the class types ranked up myself at rank 3. What class types am I missing? I know I'm missing Cosmic. Is that it? Yes. Yeah. I'm missing Cosmic to complete my, my 6 collection, but... Cool, man. Congratulations. He said, let me follow the safe advice of Brian and only open basics. Open 6-star Hela, Cyclops, Agent Venom, Cyclops, Iron Patriot, War Machine. Thanks, Brian. Ugh. Dude, it's all a crapshoot anyway. don't blame me, man. All right, hold on. Let me get this tweet out. I see some other super chats and stuff, but let me take care of this here, guys. I don't even know what to say. Good luck to Legacy and all my future Odin bros. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. P.S. Oh no. Leave. Okay, tweet. All right. Thomas Shaw, thank you very much for the 5 as well. Saying rank 3, Howard guy checking in. Not sure if you can comment on linked info, but blink twice if it's real. Leaked info. I cannot make any sort of comments, and now I'm afraid to blink, so I must not blink even a single time. Oh God, now that I'm thinking about it, I feel so much pressure to blink. I'll just never actually open my eyes. Ha! Solve that problem. Alright, let's go hit the arena. Cell champion? No, I accidentally did that. Oh man. I mean, I can't say, dude. I can't say, but I would say this. You know, it's usually not that long after leaks emerge that you find out whether or not they are true, you know? So, yeah. On to Mothers, you know, 5. Thank you, dude. Saying Venom the Duck fact. Venom the Duck built Rome in 2 days. It would have been 1 day if he had not helped the old lady get a cat out of the tree. Dude, and it was a huge tree. That old lady, she was... The thing is, that old lady, she was trying to climb it herself, you know? And I think she could have made it. But Venom the Duck was like, no, I don't want to take that chance. Listen, lady, let me just get the cat for you. So, good guy, Venom the Duck. That's a good Venom the Duck fact, though, man. Built Rome in 2 days. All right. Ooh. Kabam is laughing at me at this point. Oh, dude, that's right. I was like, wait a minute. What are you talking about? You got Doom. That's awesome. Tigra over Doom. I forgot. That's funny, man. Oh, man. Both cap is looking extra smooth and sexy today, Magoo. Don't worry, I'm not hitting on you. Just making an observation. Thanks, man. It's going to be even smoother tomorrow. Check this out, guys. Alright, so I mentioned at one point that I got this. Screw it, I'm not going to unplug it. Whatever. So I got this thing, which is like a, you know, shaver thing. And it's going to be like an even closer shave or whatever. I've never used it yet. I was gonna use it tonight and then I ran out of time. But all like the stubble around here and stuff, I'm a little afraid. I've grown used to this stubble. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna apply an even fresher bald cap. Yeah, that's what I'll be doing. So tomorrow I might look a little bit different. Statics and an over 5 as well. Thank you, dude. Saying, BG, I really like Odin so far, but I'm thinking that his awakening might be worth getting. I gotta wait for his buff. I don't think his... Alright, hold on. Let me do this fight real quick. So I want to get out of AQ and get into a different game mode here. But I actually don't think his awaken ability is very good at all. Maybe I just don't see the application for it yet, which could be possible. Still a new champion. But we'll take a closer look on Aunt May. Because I was actually trying to decide the same thing myself. Because I took my Odin to rank 4. You guys will see. Little spoiler on the mass rank up video for March. I ended up taking Odin up to rank 4 already, and he's gonna go to rank 5 like real soon here too. Probably next level up event, as long as I can get the resources for it. And yeah, I took a little peek at Aunt May myself to try to figure it out. But alright, we can get out of AQ now. Just have to do that one fight. Day 5 of AQ is upon us, guys. We are almost home free. Okay. Sort this by release. Odin. Awaken ability. Okay, so when either Odin or his opponent is knocked down, if the opponent has any of the following buffs, Odin gains a corresponding buff lasting 7 seconds. So he can either get some Fury. Fury is the best one, of course. And by the way, this is 6-star rank 3 stats here that we're looking at. Fury is the best one. It's also not like an insane Fury. It is max 1 stack of each. And then the rest of them are all defensive. Armor up buff, physical resistance buff, energy resistance buff, crit resistance buff. Now, I like defensive stats in a champion, but you gain these by knocking down an opponent that has these buffs. Like, they have to have these buffs. If it just gave you like a buff at random, I'd be like, oh, it's kind of cool, actually. You know, you're not always going to get the Fury that you want, but at least you get some defensive things along the way, so that's kind of cool. But they have to have one of these buffs. I mean, most of the characters, they don't even have these buffs. How often are you fighting somebody with physical resistance, energy resistance buff? I know there's nodes and everything, but I don't think it's very good. So I personally don't think he's really worth awakening. If you naturally awaken him, cool. I mean, we all want those silver stars and everything, but I'm not going to use a gem on him. And I'm talking about like a 5-star gem I'm not even going to use, let alone a 6-star gem. For those lucky enough to have a 6-star. So that's kind of my thoughts on it, at least. Hey, what's up, Lags? Hope your grind's going well, dude. Thomas Shaw, seeing over to another 2. Thank you, Thomas. Saying here's another 2 for putting you in a pickle. I'm cautiously optimistic. Okay, fair enough, dude. Fair enough, as it should be. Oh man. Guess what I'm at? Lags. I'm gonna go ahead and say you're at like 3 million. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what you're at. I'm gonna say you haven't got a chance to run your 6 stars again. Probably ran your 5 stars twice, 6 stars once. I'm gonna go ahead and say you're at, I'm gonna say 16 million. Let me know how close or far off I am. Let me know. Do you think Odin is the best synergy champ? How do you define best? There's no, honestly, I don't even think it's worth looking at the game in that way. And that's why I don't rank champions. You got to think about the best champion for the situation you're in. So is Odin the best synergy champion to pair alongside my Ghost? Well, with other synergies, of course. Yeah. Is Odin the best synergy to bring to war? Sometimes. Probably not super frequently, since there's other support champions that will get used there as well. But he will sometimes get used there. Is he the best synergy champion for the incursions? Yes. Hands down, I would say best synergy champion for the incursions. Bro, 16.1 mil. You're an arena wizard? Lags, you got to give me a harder question next time, man. That's too easy. Nah, man, that was a lucky guess. It was a lucky guess. I was gonna guess anywhere between like 15 and 18. And I set on 16. I always thought silver should have been the unawakened version and gold the duped. Well, technically, the awakened version is platinum. It's like gold and then platinum. I think at least. But platinum stars, it just doesn't really roll off the tongue so well. It's all about the silver stars, you know? So yeah, that's the way I say it. That's the way I'm always going to say it. Silver stars. Yo, I wonder if he is that Nose? Supposed to be Nose? Seaton Man of Legends? Know him, dude. We used to live together until he freaking moved and didn't even tell me, man. I don't want to even go there. Not tonight. Ugh. Don't get me started. Was in a really good living situation right in his basement, and then he up and moves, doesn't even tell me. BG, do you think by the time Act 7 is done, there will be 7 stars? By the time Act 7 is done? How much longer is it going to take for Act 7 to release? Man, I hope they release the rest of Act 7 by the end of the year. I don't think it's going to happen based off of what I heard other people saying, which I guess they're basing that off of the roadmaps, where it's going to take longer in between chapters. But I was really hoping that Act 7 would be completely out by like November or December or something like that, and I don't think it's gonna happen anymore. So depending on how long it actually takes for Act 7 to release, maybe. Like, all right, here's the thing. Even if 7 stars like get released, well, first off, we don't even know if 7 stars are. I mean, I'm sure eventually they're coming, but like they could have other forms of progression, you know, because there's been a lot of feedback to Kabam from everybody pretty much that they don't necessarily want to see 7 stars or just wanted to see more time between 7 stars. But anyway, whenever they do come out, like think about how when 6 stars first came out, they didn't really start taking over 5 stars for like 3 years or something, like, well, like 2.5 years, something like that. So yeah, whenever you are actually able to start pulling them from crystals, it's gonna be a long time before they're useful, I'm sure. BG, what up, Sam? Hey, the other day when we were at the urinal, I meant to give you a compliment on that awesome watch you had. It's weird that you were able to see my watch, because God, I was thinking about making the worst jokes. You know what, let me not even go there. Thanks, man. It's basically gonna make a joke about pooping at the urinal. I'm gonna skip it. OMG effing hate fighting new buffed Kingpin. Who puts that that fat effer in the arena? Thanos, apparently. Are you going for Odin again in this arena, or is this more casual? I'm going for the 4-star version. Since I already have the 5-star, I want all of them, and I could easily just wait for the 4-star to come out in the 4-star basic, but I don't care. I still want the 4-star version. This way I could play around with having multiple buffs in the incursions and things like that. So even if you can't stack them on one champion anymore, I still want to be able to buff up like a couple of my champs, to, you know, or what's it called? Whoever I'm teamed up with, buff up their champs. Between Sorcerer Supreme and Tiger, which champ has the most unique utility and which has the most usable utility? Dude, I don't know, man. This is why I don't like to rank champions. It's not really about who has the most. It's all about like what your goals are and what you're going to be doing with these champions is how you're going to determine that answer. I personally prefer Sorcerer Supreme between the two, but some people prefer Tigra. And like I said, it's all just up to what you're looking to do, what matches your own personal playstyle. Who puts Fury in the arena, dude? And how come I'm not getting double arena points for this guy yet? Come on, man. You take him down twice, you should get twice the arena points. Get out of here, dude. Go away. Ollie Bamers, seeing it over 3 of them Canadian bucks, saying 6 stars come out when we can get rank 5 stars. Yeah, basically, but they've slowed down the progression of 6 stars. And I know some people actually do want to see like 7 stars and some of the things that come along with it, like when you open up a max sig crystal of a 6-star to start getting 7-star shards. And stuff like that. But I do still think that we have a ways to go. Ace Williams, and over 14 of them Canadian bucks. Thank you, dude. I really appreciate how consistent you and your content is. Thank you, man. To me, you are a source of reliable entertainment in a sea of disappointment. Well, dude, thank you very much. And your patience is unrivaled. Please accept this token of appreciation. Dude, I don't even know what to say, man. I feel like I just won an award. Like, we're at an award ceremony right now. I need to shake your hand and, like, wave to my mom or something like that. Dude, thank you, man. Super generous and kind of you. Appreciate that, man. Is MSD still here? I have a Tiger question. Yeah, even if MSD wasn't here, the second someone mentioned Tigra. Went to get a glass of sweet tea, my Tiger sense started tingling. Oh, under mother too. Geisha, am I saying that's right? I hope I didn't mess up your name. Send it over 150 MXs. Thank you, man. Same BG. Tweet. Sure. Let's see what we got here, dude. UJ, I'm stuck. Should I be focusing on becoming Cav, variants, none done, 100% Act 5, or none of the above? Well, you definitely got to be doing one of the above, I would say. As far as which, it's a little complicated. Okay, so in general, I recommend pushing for Cav if possible, and then as soon as you get Cav, immediately abandon Act 6. Like, don't even think about going to Act 6.2 until you've, you know, completed a good majority of the variants, in my opinion. And if you're struggling to get Cav, well, then I would say the choice would be between 100%ing Act 5, or if you have really powerful champions for a certain Cavalier quest, then that Cav, I'm sorry, for a certain champions for a certain variant for one of the back issues, then that could actually be easier than getting Cav. In general, I put getting Cav and the variants on a pretty similar difficulty level. I usually just recommend going for Cav first, since, you know, getting that title is nice, while you could then, you know, take your time in the back issue with variants. But let me take a look at your roster here and see what we're working with. Okay, so you got Corvus. Unfortunately, Corvus is not He's not classified as a villain, so that's gonna hurt your ability to do the villain variant, which would have been a good one to start with. Yeah, so I would stay away from the variants, just taking a quick look at your roster here. Corvus, however, is pretty good for Cav, I would say, especially being rank 5 and all. Judging by the PI of your champions, I'd say you probably don't have suicides on. Although I could be wrong on that. I kind of forget what Corvus looks like with and without suicides PI wise, because actually your 6 stars, they seem kind of high PI. Anyway, let me see. You have honestly, Red Hulk would probably be really good against the Crossbones boss as well, since he's just gonna kind of absorb that poison, and then spamming special ones, his damage will actually be pretty decent, even though you're up against a class disadvantage with what's it called, with Crossbones. Or you could just, you know, pop a revive, you know, unload your charges with Corvus and kind of rinse and repeat. So the Crossbones boss shouldn't be a roadblock to you. Just got to go in with the right strategy. So yeah, that's what I would say, dude. I would say try to get Cav, but it is difficult content, you know, especially your first time through or something like that. And if you're unable to go for Cav, then just start clearing out whatever quests possible in Act 5 to 100% them. And that's the order that I would do things. I hope that helps. As far as... Actually, I should probably give you some advice on which champions to focus on ranking. Arcus might be pretty decent, because he's kind of a robot counter. But you already have Corvus for Cosmic Champ, so it'd be good to diversify a little bit. Yeah, maybe just getting villains ranked up to help you once you get to the variant levels of things. Honestly, even like ranking up Red Hulk is decent. I would say this maybe. I don't know what dual class crystal you're opening, if you're opening any. Kind of tempted to say go for a mutant one to give yourself a chance at getting Magneto, but you already have a couple of good you have a couple good mutants. I might actually say the Mystic. Your Mystic champions, they're a little bit on the lacking side. Actually, that's probably the dual class crystal I would go for. And yeah, maybe just start ranking up champions that will help you out post Cav to push into one of the variants. Either the Mystic variant or the Villain variant, or I mean, but you know, maybe we're supposedly getting some kind of new content next month, according to Kabam Mike. We don't know exactly what it is yet, but in any case, by the time you do get Cav, there might be another variant out. So I just push for one of the newer ones and kind of rank for that. So hope that helps some, man. Appreciate the 150 MXs that you sent. The Shed sending over $1. Thank you, Shed. Where are you at? Shed, there we go. I know you were just there, but tweeters, please. Sure. Let me see. Okay, I did it. Latest level up event points, and I'm out of gold. Next war, this man is going on defense. Already placed defense before level up. Okay, nice, dude. That's awesome, man. I hope he gets some good kills for you. Congrats on the rank up, dude. He's not just a defender, just so you know. Like, I don't know, man. I've used Kingpin a pretty fair amount. Speaking of variants, I have a bunch of extra energy this month, so I might hop in and start clearing out some of the variants. I don't know if I'm gonna stream it though. Like I might just do like one path a day, with some spare energy, because I don't really want to pop energy refills since I'm not even trying to 100% complete it. I'm just trying to get myself closer to 100%. That way, whenever I do need to grab those catalysts, I can. So I don't know what to do about that. Like maybe we'll just do a path on stream each night or something like that. I don't know. You just pulled Gladiator Hulk. Is he better or worse than a Luke Cage? I would probably recommend ranking up Luke Cage between the two. They're both solid champs, but Luke Cage in general, so I'd use more. Jared Vincent sent it over to, also saying tweet, sure. Saying, who should I use my Awakening Gem on, trying to get through Act 6.2 as well as Variant 6 100%. Void, I would say. Yeah. I mean, your only two choices here, I would say, are Void and Thing. And Thing can be played unawakened. Yeah, his awakened ability is important, but he can be played unawakened still. Void, he needs to be awakened. I would for sure give it to him. He's a villain. He's super useful for a bunch of paths in Act 6. And yeah, one of the best champions to awaken, because it turns him from a nearly useless champion into a really strong one. So, Mighty Mouse, seeing it over to. Thank you, dude. Where's your last? Hang on. Let me see. Last one is... Good question, BG. It seems we can rerun the last gauntlet stage and continue to get rewards. Is this intended or a bug? Yeah, it's intentional. So you can run the last quest 7 times in total, and that's it. The counter, it doesn't go down, but I've already seen like screenshots of people who have ran it 7 times, and it just doesn't let you go back in. So it's just a visual bug with the actual counter on it. But yeah, you can run that thing 7 times, and that's it. Thank you for the 2, dude. Shit, sending over another buck. Saying I've done a couple level ups in the past, nothing too huge, but I'm currently geared toward exploring Act 6. 6.1 is explored, 6.2.1 is done. I'm waiting on items and units and going back in. Okay. Nice, dude. A lot of people don't really want to clear out Act 6, but it's worth it. It's worth it if you can chip away at it slowly over time. Eventually it'll get done, and the rewards for Act 6 are actually pretty good. They're kind of, I don't know, they're kind of underwhelming compared to how fast you can get rewards out of the variants, because it's quite time consuming. Act 6, time and energy and resources and all that stuff, but the rewards there are good. They definitely will help you progress and all that. So Black Seraphim sent it over to saying relast, and also check Twitter. All right, ABG finished another variant, got Tech 4-5 gem and Mystic 3-4 2015. Took up Guillotine 2099 to rank 5 and OG Guillotine to rank 4. Dude, going with the Guillotine sisters. All right. The 5-star gave me garbage. Also check Twitter at Seraphim Supreme #clean. Dude, this is a super clean message from you. All right, let me see. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, okay. Giving the awakening to Wolverine. Okay. Nice, dude. That's awesome, man. There's still not too many people out there that have that 5-star Wolverine. I gotta say, I originally didn't care about Wolverine so much, but I kind of want him. Especially now that Kabam is easing up on the Tier 2 Alpha by giving out more through the Glory Store. I feel more comfortable ranking up 5-star champions again. I'm like, dang, dude. It kind of would be kind of cool. It's not the biggest deal at the end of the day, but the collector in me, it's like, oh man, I do wish I had him. Easy silver buck 50 with a salt shaker. Saying brain tweeters. Sure. Which dual class should I go for? Are these just all the champions you don't have? Okay. Well, what champions do you have? I guess the rest of them, huh? I don't think anyone on this page is super interesting other than Mags, but he's not in the 5-star crystal. Sorry, man thing. I love you, bud. I mean, definitely Odin when Odin gets added. Aside from that, man, you don't really have too big of needs. So I would probably go for arena champions, or just to help complete your, you know, roster for like would-be buffs and stuff like that. But I see a lot of cosmic and tech champions more than any other types, I think. Just at a glance. So you could either just start popping them open now, or you could even do like a mass hoarding type of situation and you know, save once Odin gets added, or just like the next featured 5-star crystal if you like going the featured route. But yeah, I would probably say tech and cosmic if I just had to pick one, just based off of the champs that you're missing. I don't think you really need. Might just wait for Strife. Okay, that's fair too. And you got my max at 6-star. Okay, yeah. You could go for champions that you just want more Sig stones onto, or like Sig levels, or to awaken, stuff like that. Statics, and over 2 super chats. First one saying, I won't lie, I used 4K units on that Asgardian bundle instead of finishing Act 6. I hate it that much. That's fair, dude. A lot of people really don't like it, so you're not alone. And then the next super chat is also Horseman Wolvie is in my top 5 fave champs easy. Oh, dang, dude, right after I said that. Come on, man, making it worse on me. I do want him. I tried to be tough. I don't need him. I don't care about Wolverine, man. I can't rank him anyway. I'm not going for the feature crystals that he's in. I want more 6-star shards. Would have been nice to get him though. But Static, thank you for another 6, dude. Appreciate it, man. I gotta mess with more Horseman champions just in general now that I have Apocalypse. I didn't have Apocalypse for the longest, and I never really messed with Apocalypse on the CCP, which was a huge mistake because there's like an infinite number of things you could do with that guy, and I literally just did nothing. So yeah, that was. If I can go back in time, I probably would have messed with him a bit more. I mean, it's not too late, but I'm just saying, like, now there's so many videos with Apocalypse. I'm just like you know, 6 months late to the party or something. I'll still make some. Anyway, shit, so another buck as well, saying a couple of Alliance mates said I should do 7.1 instead of Act 6. A lot of people say that, and I kind of agree with it. Well, I mean, I kind of say whichever quest you're finding to be more fun, but for nearly everyone, that is Act 7. But alright, hold on. A couple of Alliance mates said I should do 7.1 instead of Act 6, but it's content. It's got to be cleared, so why not do it now? Plus, I'm on the hunt for tier 5 class catalyst. Yeah, that's true, man. If you don't mind doing it, it's just a lot of people do mind. there is tier 5 class catalysts in 7.1 as well. But yeah, like, honestly, man, here's what I would say. Like, here's what I would do if I were in your shoes and I still had both of those pieces of content left. I don't know if I would necessarily push to 100% either. Like, I would just be picking off paths. Like, I would almost treat it like I might bounce back and forth between the two, just picking off whatever the easiest paths are, that I have the champions for. You know, like I'd probably stay in one quest, but then as soon as I came across a path that I was like, no, I just don't really have an option for this, I would just skip it and like move on to the next, you know. And then like as I'm going, just kind of make a note of like, all right, I need this champion before I go back to this quest, so let me start popping open dual class crystals to get that champ. Things like that. If you already have the champions, then I mean, you know, then it is more just about kind of making that commitment to get it done. But that's the way I would approach it, at least. Horseman X23 is pretty freaking fun too when you aren't lucky enough to get Wolverine. Does X23 have a synergy too, or is it just that, I mean, you know, technically everybody has a synergy because you're a horseman. Let me see. Apocalypse. No. None for little old X23. R.I.P. X23. R.I.P. Statics. Seeing over another buck. Thank you, dude. Saying you can always mess around with 4-star Wolvie as a horseman in Realm of Legends. Try it. That's true. I do have the 4-star version. I could still do that. May have to do that one of these days. Maybe that will give me more incentive to try to get 5-star Wolvie the next time possible or something. My goodness, if X23 had critical bleeds. Jesus. If she had critical bleeds, you would have won that Comic-Con MSD. The first time. What was I gonna say? I kind of want to do a challenge run with 4-star champions, and I could always make Wolverine a horseman for something like that, like a 4-star incursion challenge run or something like that. Man, I feel like that'd be pretty fun. I'm usually not a big fan of what's it called? Of like just using lower star levels just for the sake of it, but sometimes it could be fun. And I feel like that'd be one of those situations because, you know, I mean, it's a little bit tough to rank up champions specifically for the incursions. I still kind of did it with Morningstar, but that was also like prestige because she has really good low sig level prestige, right? But if I just get to mess with like 4-star champions and suddenly I'm putting all my champs on an even playing field, I think that would actually be fun. Anywho, Dark Stank Dungeon. What up, dude? Sending over 10 saying what games are the posters behind you for specifically BG. Also, Insomnia is a mother funker. So the soothing sounds of your voice to lull me into dreamland this evening, I guess. All right, dude. I'll do my best to keep it extra soothing. But the game's behind me. Let me move out of the way so that the camera will focus. Actually, let me do this. There we go. Yeah, the chat doesn't cover it up too much. Okay, so the top left, that is Bowser, basically Godzilla Bowser. And then the top middle, Mega Man. Top right is, that is Legend of Zelda Link to the Past. The part where you're getting the Master Sword. By the way, when I was picking these things out, I tried to get ones that like the character on it was like the main focus and they were really large. And there were a bunch of good ones for Zelda games, but like I don't know, man. Like I was thinking like, man, I'm gonna look at that and be like, that's gonna inspire me, dude. I need to get my own Master Sword. Anyway, down here is Zangief from Street Fighter, basically in a like a Hugh Hefner style robe and pipe next to a fireplace. Somehow still angry. I don't know how Zangief can be angry in a situation like that, but anyway. Then of course we have Cloud from Final Fantasy VII, and then the ghosts, the boos from Super Mario World to be exact. But yeah, that's what they all are. What up, Mr. Cookie List? Master Sword is in Zelda? Spoilers, please. Dude, oh, my bad, my bad. That's my bad, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, Dark Stag Dungeon. Thank you again for the 10, dude. Hoop the great. And everybody saying, evening BG. We're glad you didn't test out APOC. Probably would have got him nerfed too. Hashtag justice for Odin. Oh, man. Nah, man. I mean, unless you could make a double horseman. The horseman thing is pretty damn powerful, though. James. Seeing over Buck saying, tweet, please. Okay, sure. Let's see. Who would you awaken with a skill gem? All right, so I'm going to give you the awakening gem spiel. I'm going to look at your champions again in a moment here, but I have to hit you with it, man, because the way I always think about it is not like what champion is worth it, but like in your situation, what is actually going to make an impact? Like, what do you need? Are you looking for a villain champion to help you get through the villain variant? Like you got to find out, like you got to figure out like who's going to give you that value. That when you get rid of that skill awakening gem in your roster, you can kind of, you know, convert that into getting through a quest and getting some additional rewards for it, or maybe just doing so more easily, even if you were already able to do it, things like that. But okay, as far as which of these champs I would awaken with a skill gem, it would probably be Blade. I think Blade is still pretty legit. He doesn't get as much play as he used to, but his awakened ability gives him the healing. And yeah, in some situations that can be really powerful. Especially just looking at the PI of your other champions. This is what I'm talking about, where like it probably matters more the content you're trying to counter. So I'm guessing that you're currently in Act 5, and Blade, as long as you have a Ghost Rider of any star level that you can play alongside Blade, he'll be able to mow through all the villains and be able to heal and get you through some of those longer Act 5 paths and just allow you to save a bunch of items and really get that value from the awakening gem. So yeah, that's what I recommend. But always think about the situations that you are kind of going up against. Who would great? And over another buck saying reads Celez last. Wait, is Celez in here? You jump in AQ for a second. Oh yeah, dude. Dude, as soon as someone said your name, I was like, this has got to be AQ related. Sure, man. Yeah, we got this cleared nice and early tonight. Awesome. You'll be cleared momentarily. But thanks for the assist there. The Shed sending over another 2 saying last 2 if the first didn't get eaten. Okay. Give me 1 sec on that. Almost want to fail this mission, but it's the Dex one. I think I'm going to end up Dexing whether I like it or not. I could use some healing. Let's just go double heavy. Keep spamming these L2s. I'm gonna slow my combo to get to the next L2. And this vulture is done. Cool. Alright. Alright, all clear. Alright, Shed, let me see where you're at. Last 2. I was honestly not having a bad time doing Act 6.2. I have good counters for nodes and bosses, so kind of just want to get it done. Okay. Dreading the Grand Master didn't go well the first time. You know, I mean, the first time's the worst time, dude. But I at the same time, I get it. It's a tough fight. It's a tough fight, but I would say this: when you do decide to take on the Grandmaster, you probably want to do it like all at the same time, because there's a lot to remember in those fights. And so like the more you space it out, the worse it's gonna get in a way. So whenever you are ready for it, you know, save up a bunch of resources. Maybe even pick up like the monthly EQ offer. That way you have a bunch of extra, you know, boosts or something like that, and then just go nuts on it. But anyway, scale of 1 to 10, how do you think my roster stacks up to Act 6? I give it a 9, couple level ups I need to make that aren't pictured. This is a 10 out of 10, dude. Are you kidding me? 9? This is a freaking 10. All I needed to see was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 6. Just have to double check. We've got 6 stars here. Yeah, man. You have so many good 6-star champions. This is 10 out of 10. Get this torch ranked up when you can. A lot of good use for that guy. Okay, all right. You have the 5-star. Never mind. Okay, yeah, dude, this is full on 10 out of 10. Your roster's sick, man. Yeah, you'll be good to go. Totally good to go. Thank you for another 2, dude. Dark Stank Dungeon sent another 5, saying the posters are way cooler than I thought they were. The Zelda one is probably my favorite. Green is my favorite color, and Final Fantasy VII is my favorite Final Fantasy game. Same, dude. Same. I almost feel like it's the popular pick, which I don't always like to take, but it at the same time, man, it's what it is. It was my favorite one. I really enjoyed that Final Fantasy game. I want to go back and play through it again. I mean, especially the remake. I want to play the remake. I want to play the base game. I want to go through both, but it's just time consuming. It's funny, I say time consuming. Meanwhile, like, MCOC takes up 50 times more time. You know, I put in like 50 hours in Final Fantasy VII the first time, and by today's standards, I feel like 50 hours is nothing. I spent 50 hours in every day in MCOC. It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't have to make sense though. All right. So yeah, I probably should just go back and play it. They got it on, like, I don't have a console, but I know they have it on Steam, I think, right? Pretty sure at least. So one day I got to do it. But anyway, Dark Stank Dungeon, thank you for another 5, dude. And I'm glad you like the setup back there. David Villas sending over a buck. Thank you, David. Saying 100% of the way through all 3 seasons of Cobra Kai. Hell yeah. 110% pissed that it didn't make me cry. Didn't make you cry? You have no emotions? No, I mean, it didn't make me cry either, but anyway. But on the bright side, I ranked 5 4-star Sunspot and ranked 3 5-star Quake. But kabam, where the hell is the ISO? Hashtag buff my champs. Dude, you want that ISO, you're gonna have to pop more crystals, whether it's in the arena or you know, get them through units or something. But yeah, ISO is a big problem for a lot of people. Underrated, by the way. I mentioned this in the past, but it's worth noting again for players who are looking to get more ISO. Grinding for the basic champions. Right now, Magneto, he's going low. It's 1.6 million. If you already have him, don't bother. It's not going to give you ISO. But if you don't have Magneto and you're able to put up 1.6 million points, then the next time that you pull Magneto, you're going to get 24 ISO bricks. And hey, 24 ISO bricks by itself might not mean much, but you know, you start collecting a bunch of basic champions and you kind of end up with a lot more ISO in the long run. So do not underestimate the power of the basic grind. Oh, get out of here, Jugs. Can we get a bean thing poster in the background? Dude, I still gotta make the bean thing emoji. What up, Hobbitcrom? Yeah, people always say, hey, you should play this other really awesome game. I say, yeah, dude, for sure. But in my mind, I say, I don't have time for that. You wouldn't understand. Yeah, dude. The Agent Carmichaels and Overbuck. Thank you, dude. Saying ABG are Mole Man, Venom, Mags, Warlock, good champs to max out deep wounds for. Any other champ would be useful for max deep wounds? I mean, those champions benefit from it. Mole Man probably benefits the most, I would say. It's... Hold on a sec. It's always tough because, like, I mean, first off, I recommend unlocking masteries, just period, because even if they weren't worth it today, they might be worth it in the future. And I don't typically run maxed out deep wounds, but there's absolutely times that I turn max deep wounds on. And it's just nice having it available to play around with. Where is Mole God? Here we go. I think there's 6-second bleeds now. They are 6-second bleeds. Okay, so deep wounds actually does quite a bit for Mole Man. It probably has the biggest impact on Fury. Where's Fury? Here we go. Biggest impact on Fury out of any champion, because his light attack bleed is such a short duration, and I mean, plus, you know, it's just easier to stack up the internal bleeds and things like that. So he probably has the biggest benefit to it. Warlock benefits quite a, you know, decently at least. If you're doing parry heavy techniques. Venom, again, decent. Magneto, I actually don't think Magneto really benefits too much from deep wounds. You'll add some damage, but a lot of times your special 3, if you're going up against like a robot champion or something, I mean, first off, they're immune to bleed, so that doesn't matter. What's it called? I don't know. For Magneto, I feel like he doesn't really need it, but so I'd say you have like one champion there that benefits pretty highly in Mole Man. Then you have a couple that are like, you know, you might not immediately notice a difference, but you definitely get a nice benefit with Warlock and Venom, and then Magneto, probably pretty minimal benefit, just to put into some kind of perspective for you. But I still like I said, I recommend unlocking the masteries. They're expensive, so you don't have to rush into it. That's the other thing too. It's important to know that you don't necessarily need to unlock all the masteries right away. You could just unlock them little by little, and you'll gain some benefits even for just having 1 point in it. So, all right, Under Mothers, yeah, number 5 saying Venom the Duck fact: Venom the Duck escaped Alcatraz by digging tunnels with a toothpick. How he got in there, no idea. Good night. Hopefully Mystic Awakening gem tomorrow. All right. Well, I can tell you how he got in there. I don't mind uncovering that mystery. At this point, you know, there's already been so many documentaries that covered it, and I don't think I'm giving anything away that, you know, he personally entrusted in me. So I don't mind sharing it. He got in there the same way that he got out. He dug himself in with a toothpick. I mean, I'm not saying what he did was right necessarily. You know, he could have gone through the appropriate channels to free somebody, but you know, well, I mean, one of his best friends got locked up, and he was innocent, man. So Venom the Duck, he just took it upon himself and just freed him. That's all there is to it. But Under Mother, thank you for the 5, dude. Good luck with your Mystic Awakening gem. James sending over bucks, and it initial clear of Act 5. Goal is getting Cavalier before anything else regarding my Skill Awakening gem question. Okay. I mean, Blade's still good to have. He's still the best option to awaken there. So, but if you don't want to use him at the same time, if you have other champions that you prefer to use or something like that, then you could always save it too. Dark Stank Dungeons, and another 5 cent. I'm waiting for the PS5 release of the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Okay. I got both the Xbox Series X and PS5, so I'm ready for the next Elder Scrolls game too. Nice, dude. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but yeah. I'm sure it'll look even better on the PS5 compared to the PS4. So, that's a good call. Good call. Months behind, sending over 5. Thank you, dude. Saying I'm having a heck of a time getting this yoga instructor out of my house. Every time I ask her to leave, she just says, Namaste. Of course. We made it an hour tonight. Feels good that we made it this long. But boo, man. Boo, dude. What up, BG? What up, Carl? Sorry I speak so much, but I'm at 930k now, BG. Nicole, you are getting close. Almost there. We'll take a 5-star over a 4-star every day of the week. Invest away. That must be directed at someone else. Horseman Sabretooth with Sassy is pretty nuts, fully ramped up. Not as good as Strife, but a close second. Oh, that would actually be fun to do. Be fun to mess with that team for a bit. Hey King Baldy, how's your Kingdom of the Great Bald Ones? And could I bet your bald knight and shining baldness? I don't know what that means, so I'm just gonna say yes. Oh, what? Oh man. What, BG, you have a laugh track now? Laugh track? I don't know what you're talking about. It must be in your head. You must have watched too many 90s sitcoms. BG, who is better to rank 5 overall, Corvus or Venom? They're both great options, man. I don't really know what you're looking for. Typically, if you run Suicides, Corvus is going to be better, and if you don't run Suicides, Venom's going to be better, but that's not always the case. Venom is really good for the variants. That's kind of the one thing I could say between the two, is if you're looking to tackle a bunch of the variant content, then Venom will be the better option. But outside of that, you got to look at your own situation and figure out what you need. Ooh, Liza's saying, Carl, hey boss killer. Carl, did you take down the boss today? Nice, dude. I'm done with all my... I didn't even have that many fights in war this time. I only had 3 fights today. And they're all done. And I'm happy... I'm happy that they're all done. I don't have to worry about logging in tomorrow or staying up late tonight or anything like that. All done. Ollie, I've been so unlucky with the tier 4 class Catalyst crystals and been only getting skill from them and not science to rank 5 my 5-star Human Torch. Very sad indeed. Bummer, Lucas. Hopefully you get them soon, man. Hopefully you'll have the Catalyst you need before you know it. Kind of wonder if anybody has ever gotten more than 100k units ever. They have. Grinded? I don't know. I have thought about that myself. Does anyone have completely free to play 100,000 units? I don't know. I think it's certainly possible. You know what? We don't need to wait. Let's just go for it. I think it's certainly possible. If somebody just had a goal to really not spend units, you know, you can get 100,000 units within a year's time. But most people who do spend that much time grinding, well, they spend some units here and there, and yeah. But someone out there might have done it. And when it comes to spending, oh, yeah, people have gone over 100,000 for sure. You're saying this isn't a 90s sitcom? Touche. Much rather prefer just to watch a professional player do a walkthrough of a game like Final Fantasy VII because I definitely would just get stuck and quit early on. I think that's the type of game... You know, I mean, I kind of messed up when I was a kid. This is when I first started learning that I rather just play on my own. Because... I used to have, like, similar fears... Hunter, maybe it wasn't exactly the same feeling, but like Final Fantasy VII was the first really big game that I got into. You know, it was 3 discs back on original PlayStation. That was my first introduction to the idea that a game could be so large that it takes up more than 1 disc. Like, that was such a ridiculous idea to me at the time. And, you know, I started playing the game, and I didn't really know what I was doing. And then I realized, like, man, there's some areas that I can't go back to. And then I developed this fear, like, oh my goodness, what if I missed something that I'll never be able to get again? I want to play with a strategy guide now to make sure I don't miss anything. And it was fine at first, but then it kind of just felt like I was following instructions rather than playing a game. I think the kind of the best part about some of those games is just the exploration factor to it. And of course, everyone's going to come at this from a different perspective. And if you guys enjoy like following a guide, that's cool. But I think that's around the time that I realized, like, I don't want to do this. And I'd rather just go through a game, get myself lost, maybe not have the absolute best items, maybe miss out on certain things, and that's okay. So yeah. JRPGs are so long now. My ADHD brain needs more stimuli for that amount of time. Yeah. Roguelikes are really the main thing that'll hold me that long. Yeah. I still gotta play Hades. I still gotta play what's it called? Rogue Legacy 2. I want to go back and play Rogue Legacy 1. Man, I almost said Rogue Legacy. Freaking Legacy, man. like just the word legacy just in my brain is now Legacy. Cam Colton back. I hope I didn't mess up your name, Cam. Thank you very much for the 3. I just wanted to say hi. Pulled 4-star ghost today. Hey, congratulations. Nice. Congrats. 4-star ghost is gonna be a little bit difficult to learn, I would say. Just thinking back to when I was, you know, pulling 4-star champs. I mean, you might be totally fine with it, but me, oh man, I could barely handle the basics. I couldn't parry yet, really. So learning a champ like Ghost, I would have that'd have been difficult for me, but have some fun with it. And like I said, you might be much better than I was at that time. And then yeah, Ghost in the right hands can carry you through a lot in this game. So great pull. Hades top tier. Should we wait on Rogue Legacy 2, I feel? Okay. Still pretty early. Oh, if it's still early access, then yeah. I'd rather wait for a full release. Easy. Sanding over $1.50 with a hot dog. Where are you at? Brain, last night I was bored. Lying in bed. Dude, that message was coming across real weird for a second there. I thought you said lying in be pooping or something like that. All right, anyway. Lying in bed, popping PhD for the Class Advancement 7-hour event. And I popped 3 4-star for 30 PhDs. Nice. Decided to pop 100 more because Lady Luck. 9 4-stars out of that 100. Dude. That's really good. That's awesome, man. That's super awesome. By the way, you just kind of reminded me. I want to start boosting in Arena more if possible. There's this kind of weird situation that could get myself into. If I play the game more, I'll be able to play the game. I'm gonna die to this, aren't I? Oh, thank you, Regen. Thank you so much. No, not the parry. Okay. Whew. Okay. But there's like this weird threshold that you can hit in this game where if you grind Arena enough, you can get enough of the 15% boosts from the solo events to then pop the 15% boost while you grind. Maybe not have it up 100% of the time, but a pretty fair bit of the time. And if you're already running the suicides, I would say 15% attack increase. It's not that big of a deal. You go ahead and pop it now. But if you don't run the suicides, then 15% attack is actually pretty legit. So yeah, I kind of want to be able to do that. Maybe I won't do it all the time. I'll kind of just play it by ear with what I have. I think I'm gonna start using 10% attacks more in war, because I was saving the 15% for war, but I realized, man, like the 10%, first off, it's not that big of a difference. The big difference between them is the duration that they last. Because I could pop 10% in Arena 2, but I don't really want to have to remember to keep popping them every 10 minutes. But yeah, anyway. I actually think learning to use Ghost/Quake too early is bad. You don't really learn to play the game properly. It's pretty fair. I would say, yeah, there's definitely some truth to that. Because there's still, like, there's so much that those champions can do, but there's still situations that those champions can't handle, and you wanna be able to handle those situations too, of course. Ever buying guidebooks from the store to help me find Easter eggs? Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I actually loved looking at the guidebooks, but after I had already played through the game. So like Pokemon, for example. Oh my god, I love looking at like the Pokemon books that had like the full Pokedex in them and where to find all the TMs and all that stuff. That was super fun, but I already played through the game, and I feel like I was lucky to have played through the game without the strategy guide first, and then go back and have it just as a secondary kind of resource. Almost the same way that we use Aunt May. I mean, Aunt May is not exactly telling you exactly what to do, but you know, Aunt May is more of like that Pokedex for MCOC, and having information to look at this way, I think, is incredibly satisfying. Where the game's not really telling you what to do, but it's just allowing you to look at the information more easily and figure out like, oh, I want to play Doom because he has... Actually, Doom's a bad example. It's too many. Dude, brand new to the game, this is too much to read. Holy crap. There's so much to read for this guy. It's crazy. But anyway. And then they added that info in game too, which is nice. But Jay Metz, what up, dudes? And over $1 saying, so I was a strategy guide junkie in all kinds of RPGs. They're helpful, but they can't tell the frustration of choco breeding in 7 or the hair pulling of getting 000 in the Comlands in 10. I played 10. I don't remember what that means, the 000 in the Comlands. By the way, I think 10 might actually be my... Oh, it's tough. I go back and forth between 7 and 10 for like favorite soundtrack for a game. God, they're both so good. By the way, if you guys are ever feeling nostalgic to play these games and don't have the time, what I realized that just listening to some of the music from these games can kind of put you back in that zone and give you a very similar feeling to actually playing the game. Because a lot of those games are about like the atmosphere and the worlds and all that stuff. Honestly, the gameplay itself. The gameplay of a lot of these games themselves is not anything like that interesting. You know, you do it because that's what the game is, and you want to go along for like the rest of the ride. And sometimes certain parts of it are interesting, but a lot of it ends up being like on the grindy side. Actually, it's kind of similar to MCOC, I would say. Is MCOC, it has those moments where it's super interesting, and then a lot of times where it is just kind of grindy feeling. but it's the rest of the game that makes it so good. The fact that we don't just have access to every champion, we kind of have to work for it and, you know, cross our fingers when popping open crystals and alliance interactions and things like that. Man, a website for MCOC. What a great idea. Yeah. Rip. Jay Metz sending over another bug saying I had to do the chocobo race and dodge the birds to get the sigil for Titus's ultimate weapon. And 10 has to be my all-time favorite. I have probably 50 hours in just Blitzball. Okay. Okay. Wait, did you mean to say Titus there, by the way? Or isn't it pronounced like Titus technically or something like that? I think I'm always going to say Titus. But anyway. Super lurk mode disengaged. Website? What's up, Abby Doe? Oh, man. Kind of sick and really enjoy the grindy part of the game as well. I know a lot of folks don't like it. It's a balance. I like the grindy part of the game. It's just... I like the grindy part of the game because the other side of it exists as well. You know? It's got to have that balance to it. If it was just pure grind and that's all you ever did, then it's like, what are you grinding for? But when you have a purpose to that grind where you're like, okay, this is going to set me up. Doing this grind is going to set me up for this next thing that I want to do. And this next champion that I want to get could come from that thing. So it's like this chain reaction. Please don't use your special 3. Thank you. And that's what makes it good. Ooh, B. Daniels, beat Dreamin' and Incursion's non-sabotage. Wait, what? My life is complete for tonight. Wait, you beat him in non-sabotage? You guys just going up against one another and, what? Just pushing, but he tapped out before you did, kind of thing? What's up, Sean? Saying Final Fantasy 3, 6 has the best soundtrack of all the Final Fantasy games. You know, it's got some great songs. I've never played that game, and that might be why I don't have as deep of a connection with it. But it does have some great songs, and I've used some of those songs in my... I haven't used that many songs in videos, period. But I actually have used a few Final Fantasy songs. Final Fantasy 6, specifically, in videos, and I already have plans to use more. So I definitely like the music from it, but 7 and 10 for me have a stronger connection. I've played some of the others too, but didn't have as an enjoyable experience with them, I guess. But 6 I never played. I wish I did. I would have loved it as a kid. It's just that 7 was the first one that I ever knew about. Dark Stank Dungeons. And over another buck. Saying Final Fantasy X is my second favorite. 8 is my third fave. And you're absolutely right. The soundtrack is just as nostalgia-inducing as the gameplay itself sometimes. Yeah. Absolutely is, man. Absolutely is. For sure. Never played 6? I might have to unsubscribe. Look, man, I would have loved to. But, okay, so my first time ever finding out about Final Fantasy VII was one day my brother just brought it home. Brother was like 3.5 years older than me. And he brings home this massive case. Because, you know, it is 3 discs. So at the time, like, it just looks massive. And I'm like, dude, what the heck is that? And I have no idea what he said, but I'm just imagining it was something like, this is Final Fantasy, bro. Like, I remember watching the opening cinematic and going back to like original PlayStation graphics. Listen, original PlayStation graphics were not that good. I actually preferred like Super Nintendo graphics a lot of times over original PlayStation graphics. But this cinematic, this opening cinematic, at that point in time, was the most beautiful thing I had ever laid my eyes upon. It was incredible, and I was just like immediately in love. It was a total love at first sight situation, especially with like the like I said, the music instantly pulls you in. And that, I mean, that was just my first introduction to it. I never knew that the series existed until that point. I went back and played Final Fantasy, the original one on NES. I played Final Fantasy Tactics. I played on Game Boy Final Fantasy, I think it was Final Fantasy Adventure, which I think was just the sequels to Secret of Mana, or Second Densetsu, I think is what it's called. Anyway, I played a decent number of Final Fantasies, but I never actually played any of them that were on Super Nintendo. I wish I did, man. I really wish I did, but I just didn't know at the time. And those games are dude, those games are super expensive. Trust me, I would have loved to have picked those games up. They're probably very expensive today still, but at the time, you know, I'm like 14, 15 years old or something like that when I want to start, you know, going back to play some of these older games. When Final Fantasy VII came, actually, let me see what. Actually, I probably don't even have to look it up. I don't think I was in high school yet. I think I was in maybe like 7th or 8th grade or something like that. So I was probably like 13. But then, you know, I got a job at 14, started getting a little bit of money, and those games, they were just so expensive, man. I couldn't justify the price. And I kind of dabbled in some emulation back then, but I never did for the for Final Fantasy games. Probably should have. Anyway. I played Tactics Advance too, by the way, which was also a good game for Game Boy Advance. Right, Cloud Contempt, and over 2 saying Mighty Charge adds plus 100% to my intercept ability accuracy. I know, dude. I feel the same way. I can't intercept to save my life. And then, hey, Mighty Charge. Suddenly I'm an intercepting god. Oh, man. It's very true, Cloud of Contempt. Very, very true. Static. Sending over another buck. Saying 2 words. Shining Force. That was for Sega... Wasn't Sega Saturn, was it? Hold on. But that was probably for... I mean, there probably was one for Saturn, but... I'm about to look it up. I never played those games, by the way. Actually, before I look this up, my favorite JRPGs were actually... I never played any of like the newer Dragon Quests, but it was Dragon Warrior in North America, and I love those. Not as much as Final Fantasy once I played that, but Lunar is my favorite of all time. Lunar Silver Star Story Complete. I can picture everything in that game. God, I love that game so much. Just like the intro for that game kind of inspired, if I had an infinite amount of time and actually was good at programming and stuff like that and art, one of the games I want to make is like totally inspired by that one. Anyway, let me see. Shining Force. Yeah, there's a bunch of these, I figured. Vaguely familiar with Shining Force. Oh, okay, we're going back to the Master System here, or the Mega Drive. Oh man, there was one on Game Boy Advance even? The Wii Virtual Console, of course. There's one on Steam. Wait, is Shining Force, is this the one? This isn't the one where you have like 100 characters or something, is it? Hold on. I need to... I'm on the Wikipedia like a jerk. I need to pull up some pictures. Let's see. I want to pull up pictures from like... Alright, actually, here we go. Oh, dude. Let me tell you guys something, man. This probably looks like ass to so many people who come from like a different time, you know, wasn't into these types of games. But even just seeing this, I love this. I love just the little characters in the open world, you know, where you have like the mountains and the high grass or bushes or whatever you want to call this, man. I just love looking at games in that way. I don't need fancy graphics, man. This looks like Game Boy Advance. Actually, I don't know what this is. It's probably not Game Boy Advance now that I think about it. This is probably Sega Genesis or something like that. I don't know. There's too many things to look at, but it's super cool. Yeah, man. I never played those games, but I'm sure they were a blast. I have no doubt about it. They were good. Lunar on Sega CD was my favorite. Dude, it's so good. I played on... I think I played on PlayStation. Pretty sure. 99% sure. It was either PlayStation or Sega Saturn. I definitely didn't play on Sega CD, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it was PlayStation. Sean sending over a buck. Saying, might just have to mail you my SNES Classic that's just collecting dust at this point. Oh, dude, I forgot they came out with the SNES Classic. Dude. Oh, man. I don't have time, though, man. That's the problem. Like we were saying, I just don't have time for it, man. I want to go back and play these games now, but I just can't. Legend of Mana. So I played Secret of Mana a ton. I spent like $40 on that game, like I said, when I was like 14 or 15 or something like that. Even got the multi-tap so that we could have 3 people playing Super Nintendo at the same time. And I love that game. I played a little bit of Legend of Mana, but I didn't get anywhere near as into it. What up, Dragon? Santa 5 saying, sup, Banana Man. Sorry I'm late. Hope you're having a good stream. Thanks for hanging out in the podcast. It was a good podcast. I like that you guys had John on. John's always fun to listen to. How about that OG Black Panther rework coming? Yeah, that should be interesting. Should be pretty interesting. We'll see how that goes. I always wanted him to like that was actually, I didn't really bring Black Panther up that much as like a top rework to see, mostly because I forgot about him. but he is a character that I always wanted to see just be better, man. I like the Black Panther movies. Well, movie. There's only one, right? If there was more than one, then I only saw one. And I don't know, man, like certain characters I can get behind a little bit more easily than others. We all have our favorites, right? But just like from like a style standpoint, I don't know. He just felt so weak in this game. So yeah, I hope he's gonna be cool. Anywho, only time will tell, I guess. Dark Stag Dungeons and over a buck. Saying, shut the front door, BG. Lunar Silver Star Story Complete is the best RPG. Yes. And the cinematics were all animated so good. Dude, the cinematics were great. What really brought it home for me, though, was the voice acting. That was the first game that I played that like was fully voice acted and everything. And I mean, you could actually find like outtakes. You can find the voice acting outtakes for Lunar on YouTube. I've listened to them before. They sound like they're having a good time. I don't know, like, I don't know if they're famous voice actors or what. Like, I'm sure they've probably done other things. That probably wasn't their first project they worked on. Probably did some like anime stuff or something like that. I don't know. But I thought they did a really great job, and it really just brought the game together, man. I was able to really get into the characters. And I never would have thought voice acting would have like made that much of a difference, but it really did. I liked it. Plus, like, I don't know, it had a sense of humor in that game that was like slightly inappropriate. but for like a 14-year-old me, it was like, oh yeah, dude, this is great. There's like a scene where, you know, they're like, one of them is like, I think they're like creeping in the bushes when, well, like, one of the main characters is just trying to like take a bath in the lake or something like that, you know, like that type of inappropriate stuff. Or slightly more adult conversation from like one of the dragons you come across or something. I don't know, I can't remember those exact specifics. I guess I more remember just like the style of the game, the voices I can hear in my head. That sounds crazy. The voices that I hear in my head. But yeah, it was a great game. All right, Chris sending over Buck as well. Thank you, Chris. Let me see where you're at. Here we go. BG, how's it going, Banana Man? So I finally got past Sinister in 6.2.2. Nice, dude. Going forward, I think my team will be Warlock, Ghost, Wasp, Claire, and Torch. Any thoughts? Maybe Colossus instead of Torch. So Act 6, you really got to look at each individual quest and path that you're going into. You don't want to lock yourself into just one team that you're going to be running. A lot of those champs are really strong, though. Yeah, I would say Colossus and maybe Warlock would be kind of interchangeable for me, because you already have Ghost. If you need to cut the opponent's healing, then yeah, use Warlock. But otherwise, you probably have a better time with Colossus. If you don't see any mystics on the path that you're going up against, you can cut Torch and and fill someone else in for that slot too. But yeah, you really got to start looking more at the specifics of the quest you're going through. And if you don't have a lot of champions ranked up, well, that's what the variants are for. The variants will kind of get your roster in order. That way you do have more champions to pull from, to more directly counter what you're going up against. But yeah, man, I mean, you're heading the right direction, dude. Taking down that Sinister, he is not easy. So now that you got him down, that is awesome, dude. Thank you very much for the buck. Good luck to you. Dark Stank Dungeon sent over to the buck as well, saying, and Legend of Dragoon was so freaking good too. Loved it just as much as Lunar Silver Star Story. I never played that game. I heard of it, of course, but I never played it. Some of these games, like, I really wanted to go back and start playing, but it wasn't too much, like, like I said, I was probably 12 or something when Final Fantasy VII came out and I heard about it and all that. And I basically had like 2 more years left in the tank for single player games, and that was about it. Because when I was 14, that is when I first found out about Diablo 2, and that just changed everything. And I've basically been playing almost exclusively online games ever since then. I go, every once in a while I play something that is just single player. I have a blast doing it. I always have fun doing it, but there's just something about online games, man. I crave that community aspect to games. Plus Blizzard, I mean, that was kind of Blizzard's in their prime, I would say. Whereas nowadays I'm like, Blizzard. But back then, oh man, they were untouchable for me. So totally hooked on their games and all that. So there's just so many single player games that I never went back to play because of that. And that was one of them. Doug sent over to saying, want to see real video game history? See Twitter. Okay. Let me take a look. It's my game, of course, crashed here. Hey, dude, here we go. Really going deep on this one. All those fancy platforms. Remember any of these? So, I did play this game, not when it was brand new. I don't know if I was alive when it was brand new. I don't think I was. I played this on ColecoVision, I believe. I don't know if this is a Atari or ColecoVision. This is probably Atari. I mean, I think Atari was what was most known for back then. But actually, you know, I got into video game collecting like kind of briefly. Video game collecting is expensive as hell, so I got out quick. But I did have a ColecoVision well after the fact. At this point, we were already playing like been playing like GoldenEye and N64 for a while, and eventually got tired of that, and then went back to the more like real classics. This game I never played. I couldn't even tell you what this game is. I could probably make some guesses just based on like older games that I've heard of in the past. But I'm sure I would have loved this had I even known that this was a game when I was young enough. But no, I never played that. Oh God, what is the name of this game too? I'm familiar with this game, but I can't think of the name off the top of my head. But yeah, those are some real old titles, man. Those are a little bit before my time. But still fun. Pitfall is so annoying. I didn't play it very long, to be honest. I only played it for... honestly, probably like 15 minutes. And that was what I realized too when collecting all these old games is like, some of them I wanted to play, and most of them I kind of didn't. You know, like so basically in my basement we had just a collection of some of the older systems, and we'd play some of the games, but a lot of the times if we were playing on like one of the older systems, we were playing Track and Field for NES. Dude, that is the original party game as far as I'm concerned. I'm not saying it's the first ever multiplayer game. I'm just saying I could still go back and play that game today and have a blast. Like they hold on, for those of you that don't even know what I'm talking about. Hold on. Darkhawk, you're ruining my mojo here, man. All right, let me see. Track and Field, NES, Power Pad. This was really where it's at, man. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Here we go, man. All right, so few pictures here. This is the Power Pad, okay? Technically, I think it supported. I think it actually supported like 6-player or something like that, which is crazy because this pad not even that big. But you basically would run on it like this. You were meant to, but a lot of times it was a lot easier just to use your hand. So you would just like, just be pounding on this mat, and then yeah, it was just a race like this. And there were like hurdles and everything, so you had to jump. There was like a long jump. Oh my god, dude, this game is incredible. Forget like Super Smash Bros and stuff like that, or Mario Party. Like I would consider those like today's party games. No, that was the original. That was it right there. You know, Jack Black was in a Pitfall ad. I did see that. Yeah, I didn't know it, of course, until like a while after the fact. But yeah. Doug. Oh wait, I just ran you a speed up D. I don't know, $1. Thank you, dude. Say. I love you. Speed up D. Thank you, dude. Appreciate the love and support as always, man. John Vincent sending over $1. Saying, BG, why shouldn't you iron your 4-leaf clover? You don't want to press your luck. Oh. Jared, how could you? Boo, man. Take a lap. Take a lap on the power pad. Boo. Terrible. Got Contempt sending over $1. Saying, BG, your new nickname is Brian the Fist. I like it. I accept. Thank you, Cloud Contempt. 3.0 sent over $1 as well, saying, please help me. I just pulled a 6-star Iron Patriot. There's no helping you, man. Our Lord and Savior. But it was before and after 2 Dooms. Oh, rough. I'm so sorry to hear that, man. Hopefully he's on the list of champs to get buffed. If he's not, then I don't even know what to think. But yeah, man, hopefully he gets buffed, and then you'll be okay with that. Although, it'd have to be one hell of a buff to be better than Doom. But still, man. Sorry to hear that, man. Bummer. I remember playing those old Atari games on the PS2, since they had like a party game mode that shuffled them. There was a bunch of collection games, yeah. I remember getting some of those too. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, yeah, that game was good too. When Dance Dance Revolution came out, I was like, so it's just track and field with music? Dude, that's all it is, man. You're right. GG, you're gonna give yourself a hernia doing the speed up the speed up thing? Dude, it'll be worth it. It's all worth it, Glory. Screenshot from that Bard's Tale game. Wait, that was from Bard's Tale? Is that what the game was? Remember going with a friend of mine to a nursing home to try and teach the residents Pong. They loved watching us play, but they did not get it. Dude, you guys were basically Twitch streaming at a nursing home playing Pong. It's pretty great. Is Morningstar worth ranking up unawakened? So most people are not going to have a good time with Morningstar, even if Morningstar is awakened. She's really fun to play in something like the Incursions, but in the average quest, she just takes too long to build up. So for the average person, I'd recommend not ranking up an unawakened Morningstar. She is powerful once built up. It's just it takes quite a bit of an effort to get her built up. PS3 is about to get shut down. Hope that Warcraft game still support after. PS3, the store you're talking about, right? I heard about that. Not that I have any real care for that, but I'm sure for some people it's gonna suck. But wait, what Warcraft game? There's a Warcraft game on PS3? Is that a thing that I'm unaware of? I'm pissed. 12 plus 5 6 stone crystals and 0 cosmics. All I want is cosmics for Angela. So annoying. Dang, dude. Yeah, I actually want a lot of cosmic 6 stones right now for Angela. I still want to get my King Groot to Sig 200. I think there was one other champ too, but I don't remember who now off the top of my head. Chuck Norris once gave a horse an uppercut. Now we have giraffes. Dude, is that where they came from? UG, check Ronin's Sig ability. Yeah, there's a bug right now where it's Rocket's description. It's just a bug as far as I'm aware. It's been like that for a little bit now. Emma, though, worth rank 3. Emma's pretty strong. Emma's actually, like, I would say above average. But when it comes to the mutant class, Probably just average. So yeah, I don't know. If we're talking about like rank 3ing for Thronebreaker, I would probably do it. But if we're talking about rank 3, I mean, first off, we're talking about 6 stars here. If we're talking about anything less than 6 stars, then yeah, she's worth it. If we're talking like 5 stars or lower, if you don't have some of the other stronger mutants, that is. But when it comes to 6-star champions and rank 3, I think I would do it for Thronebreaker, but maybe not for much else than that. And that's including like just having an Emma on defense is nice. Emma's like, you know, it's fairly easy to counter Emma on defense, because you could just like block that first projectile hit, and then the reverse controls really not too bad. But she'll still get some kills from time to time, at least. Yes, the store, but still, that was fun. They tested it before I bought one a couple years back. Okay. Still talking about the PlayStation stuff, I think, right? Oh wait, DC with the dial-up connect for online, they paved the way. Oh man, dude, Dreamcast, yeah. I never used the Dreamcast online feature. I mean, technically, the Super Nintendo, I can't remember if they had it in North America where it had like an online feature, but like the Super Famicom, dude, they had a crazy system where you could like download actually wait, was it the Super Nintendo or regular NES? I think about it, it might have just been the original NES, because they had like Legend of Zelda things that you could download where it was like a unique challenge or something like that, and like everybody had to like start at the same time or something. I don't remember the exact rules for it, but it was pretty wild to think stuff like that existed back then. Like that was like the original DLC right there. It's crazy. First ever downloadable content. Well, actually PCs technically probably did it first. PC does everything first. But for a console. BG, may I know what phone you're using to play MCOC? Yeah, man, I'm on the 8 Plus. I also have a 7 Plus. I only have 2 phones because, you know, the whole streaming thing and not wanting to interrupt the stream when I get a phone call or something, but those are the 2 phones I play on. Planning on upgrading your phone soon? It's starting to feel... It's starting to show its age. I would say the 8 Plus and the 7 Plus definitely is showing its age. But even the 8 Plus, it's not bad. But you know what it is, man? Sometimes I can't tell if it's the phone or the game when I'm lagging and disconnecting and stuff like that. Like obviously, lots of other people will get lag and disconnect too. So I know it's not just me. But some people I talk to, like never have those issues, so I don't know what the deal is. Plus equals S, by the way. Well, I thought it was different because Plus is like actually like larger size phone. That's why they called it the Plus. Whereas the S was like, you know, one year they came out with the 5 and then the 5S after or something like that. Anyway, the reason why I am not going to upgrade is because I don't like the aspect ratios of the newer iPhones. If I was just playing, I probably wouldn't mind, but in streams, I like that it takes up the entire you know, length and width of the screen, the gameplay. You know, you could do some clever things like putting some of the overlay stuff, like the big D could go in like an empty space or whatever. You can get some other pretty things to put on screen. And some people's setups, they look nice and all, but I still really prefer a totally like minimalistic look where the gameplay takes up as much of the screen as possible, aside from, you know, my big head here. Big head, the cutoffs, and the big D, of course. But I feel like those things aren't too intrusive to the gameplay. Oh, damn it, I forgot I was going to make an Odin thumbnail, but I've just been grinding too hard. Yeah, you still got time. It's easy for answering. I play with an iPad Mini 5, and it still crashes after 30 minutes or so playtime. Okay. GG, currently working on ranking up my champs, and I'm stuck between ranking up Corvus and Doom. Who should I rank up? Dude, both those champs are like some of the best of the best. If you run Suicides, I would probably go Corvus, and if you don't run Suicides, then I'd probably go Doom. Actually, I would definitely go Doom if you don't run Suicides. Had the same 6+ for 6 years, works just fine, except for the boatload of lag, freezing, crashing, and thousands of cracks on the screen. Yeah, that'll do it. So, the big D normally goes in empty space. Wow, glory. So, what was I gonna say? Honestly, my 8+ might be good for a while longer. I do need a new battery for it, though. The 7+, however, I really don't like playing on this phone. I kind of just do it when I have to. Because, I mean, this phone, my streaming phone, is only connected to Wi-Fi. It's basically just a tablet, but I don't like the size of tablets. So I essentially have, like, a real phone and a tablet. But the 7+, it gets hot. It runs warm, man. I don't like it. Not only does it run warm, but I can tell a difference between the loading between the 7+ and the 8+. So eventually, I would love it if they came out with just like a new processor, but the same form factor as the 8, so that it did have the right aspect ratio that I want. And then I would get rid of my 7. I would turn my 8 into my actual phone, and then use the newest one for streams. Make that a tablet. Can you still get... I mean, I'm sure you can get some money for trading in a 7+, but does anyone know offhand, like, how much money you can get selling 7+? Or doing some kind of trade-in or something like that? It's in pretty good condition. Like, I don't have any cracks on the screen or anything. I've actually never... So I don't use cases. And I've never had any what's it called? I've never had any cracks on my screen. You know, a few little, like scratches around the body and stuff like that, of course. Kind of unavoidable. But I've never actually had a cracked phone screen. Oh man, I probably just jinxed myself. Tomorrow I'm gonna be like, guys, my phone exploded. That's what the SE 2020 is. So the SE is beautiful. I love the entire concept of that phone. The price, awesome. Like the aspect ratio, all that stuff. Well, sort of. Okay, actually, here's the problem with that phone. I don't need to talk about all the good points. There's 2 things that kill it for me completely. Number 1, the SE is a smaller phone. It's not the plus size. It's like the regular size. This size, the plus size, is perfect for me. I don't want to play anything smaller, and I don't want to play anything larger. I mean, of course, if it's different by like a couple millimeters, then who cares? But I feel like it's going to be too small for me. So that's deal breaker number 1. The second deal breaker is that it's actually lower resolution. It still has the right aspect ratio that I'm looking for, but the resolution... let me see what it is. 1334 by 750, which I imagine if I was just looking at the phone, I probably would have zero issues with it. But, you know, I want to try to make the stream and videos look as good as possible. So I want a little bit higher resolution. But like the processor, God, that's all I want is the better processor with the exact same body as the phone that I currently have. I would love it, man. I'm just like praying that that's what Apple comes out with. The other thing like that I'm worried about is that Apple's eventually going to get rid of all the ports on their phone or on their newer phones, and I'm going to have no way to connect to the Elgato. And my wireless connection is not good enough. So, like, dude, I don't, man. I wonder if there'd ever be a market, or like, I wonder if anyone would ever like take it upon themselves to basically take the newer parts, the newer processors, and shove them in the body of an iPhone 8 Plus. It'd probably be super expensive, man. I know there's some people that mod like old consoles and stuff like that, and those are not cheap. Plus all the legal issues that you might have to deal with, and yeah, man. But anyway, I'm slightly worried that that's going to happen, and that before Apple does come out with like the right phone that I would want, they're going to get rid of the ports so that even if they do come out with it, I wouldn't be able to use it anyway. Yo, BG, have you heard Mighty Ducks Game Changers? Is that the name of the Mighty Ducks series? I saw the trailer for it. I don't even normally watch trailers, but I was too curious about the Mighty Ducks one. I had to watch it because I don't have Disney Plus. And I gotta say, man, I didn't really like what I saw. I was hoping that they would go more in a Cobra Kai route with it, but it didn't look like that's what it was going to be. I don't know. I hope it's still good, of course, man. I love the Mighty Ducks. I still like all three of the movies, but the show itself, oh man, it didn't look like it was gonna be that good. Had an old SE, but then the charge started to last like half an hour at most, and I exchanged it for like a couple bucks. That's the old SE though, right? Not like the new one they just came out with, because the new one they just came out with, well, last year or whenever they came out with it, seemed pretty legit. Usually Verizon had a good deal on trade for your old phones. I got the Samsung 21 Plus Ultra. You would love this phone. Gameplay is awesome on this phone. I don't know, man. I dude, if I wasn't playing MCOC, I would be all over Android phones. Forget iPhones, man. But the game just seems to run better on iPhones. I would need to try it. I would actually need to like play the game for, you know, like a few hours, or maybe I'd be able to tell instantly if I didn't like it. But going back to like when I first started playing this game, I was playing on a Samsung Note 5. Back then the loading times on Android were atrocious, but they mostly fixed that to the point where like I can't even really tell a difference unless I was using a stopwatch or something like that. So the loading times, totally fine. That issue has been resolved. But my concern is when I was playing on that phone, and when I like I never played on Laura's account in order to like help her progress or anything like that, but like once or twice she pulled a new champion and she was like, how do you play this champion? And you know, I would just like show her a little breakdown of the abilities against Winter Soldier, and when I was like on her phone, I was like, oh man, this is that same feeling I had where the touch, it just doesn't feel as responsive. And I would hate to go back to a phone like this. Because with on the iPhone, man, it's perfect, dude. It's just so nice. It might be different now, because that was a Pixel... That was on a Pixel 2 XL. So it could be different now, but I don't know if it is or not. Expedition BBQ, seeing it over Buck. Thank you, dude. Saying, hey, BG, awake at my 5-star Wolverine today. Nice, dude. We were talking about Wolverine a little bit earlier. That's awesome, man. Congrats. I forgot I can activate these Furies with this guy now, right? Speed this up a little bit. Congrats, dude. Harry feels weird on Droid. It was the swiping actions that bothered me the most, actually. But yeah. All right, on that note, I'm gonna start up my stream. Get your butts over here when BG's done. If you want more old video game chat and bald cap content, peace, homie. PS thumbnail feedback. Okay. All right. Abido has started his stream. We'll raid you in just a moment. I'll check out this thumbnail real quick though. If you are still in here, I don't know if you are or not. But let me see. Thumbnail feedback. What? I don't get it. The thumbnail is the is Hannibal Lecter. That's his name, right? Did he play Odin in one of the movies or something? Is that what that is? Because I don't know. I can't make the connection. Units. Come on. 225. 75. I'll still take it. Okay. Wait, last 3? Was there another one? I think I'm gonna get an Android this month. I'll let you play with mine anytime, buddy. Okay. All right. Yeah, that'll actually be a good test. Whenever Abby Doe and I can meet up again. Expedition. Wait. Yeah, that is another super chat, right? I'm not losing my mind? Yeah, okay. It's like, wait, didn't I just read yours? No, okay. Send over another buck. Thank you, dude. Saying, if you had to choose, which champion do you think would make the best barbecue? Thing is the first one that comes to mind because he rolls up a burrito for his special ability, and he just looks like the type of guy that would, yeah. I'm gonna go with Thing. There might be a better option out there, but like he was just instant in my mind. So yeah. Yep, I figured you wouldn't get it. Love you anyway, Knight. But I can't tell if that's a yup that I got it right or... Alright, anyway. Static, okay. Sending over another 5. Thank you, dude. Saying, BG, I think I figured out why I love Falcon so much.
Miss Jane, Doofus Puncher, James Smith, what's going on?
I was like, what is that sound? I had Abdo's stream open. I don't know if you guys could hear that. All right, anyway. I think I figured out why I love Falcon so much. He reminds me of pre-nerf Black Widow with lock-on. Yeah, dude. That's exactly what he is. And what was I going to say? When Black Widow got nerfed, I remember thinking at the time, like, dude, Falcon's probably going to take over, or could potentially at least take over as that ability accuracy reduction champion. And he just never did. He just sucked a little too much. You know, his damage output, it just wasn't there. And people turned to Crossbones, who had less reliable ability accuracy reduction, but the higher damage output and all that. So yeah, Crossbones kind of took over things, which is cool because now, you know, Falcon is kind of taking that role. So we got a little bit of that variety over the years. But yeah, man, that's exactly it. That ultra reliability. Orange Juice, what up, dude? Sending over €5 saying, BG, just took my second 6-starter rank 3. Nice. Can you guess who? It's the fiery boy himself, Torch. Nice, dude. With him and Doom at rank 3, I should be ready for Abyss by July 4th. Dude, 2 of the 4 horsemen at rank 3. Very nice. Very, very nice, man. Yeah, that'll help a ton. Both of those champs scale up pretty well, I would say. Where you'll notice a difference. So, that's awesome, man. Alright, on that note, though, it is pretty late here, guys, so I'm going to head on out. But, here's the link to Abby Doe's. And, yeah, man, I think he's grinding for Odin. I'm not sure. I don't know what score he's at right now, but I think he is on the Odin grind. And, yeah. I'll see you all tomorrow, normal time. Shout out to Dark Stank Dungeon for being tonight's biggest D. And thank you to everyone. Dude, if I didn't glance over at the time, I probably would have just kept streaming because I don't know, man. Just talking about old video games, this stream felt like it was 10 minutes long. Just thinking about old games. But yeah, it's too late for that. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Night, everybody.